Hello everyone. Here we will be discussing the power electronics and instrumentation, that is module 5 of power electronics and instrumentation. Myself Deepashri AP. This is the complete syllabus for the module 5. So it consists of in this lecture I will be discussing about the transducers, that is introduction of the transducer, electrical transducer, resistive position transducer, resistance Y gauge wire, strain gauges, resistance thermometer, thermistor, LVDT. These much portions I will cover in this lecture. Transducer. A transducer is a device which converts mechanical force into electrical force. That is, in general, I can say it converts one form of energy to another. So, many physical parameters such as heat, intensity of light, flow rate, liquid level, humidity, pH level, etc. are converted to the electrical form by means of the transducer. There are two types of transducer, that is, active transducer, or it is also called self-generating transducer, and the second type is passive transducer. Active transducers are the transducer producing an analog voltage or current when stimulated by some physical form of the energy. Example: thermocouple, piezoelectric pickup, photocell, moving coil, galvanometer, electrokinetic, electromagnetics, etc. Passive transducer. These are the transducer producing a variation in some electrical parameter such as resistance, capacitance, and so on. The example under this is potentiometer, resistance strain gauge, resistance thermometer, thermistor, photoconductive cell, etc. Active transducer, self-generating generating type transducer develop electrical power proportional to the quantity under measurement. It does not require any external source for the operation. Subdivided as piezoelectric transducer, photoelectric transducer. Passive transducer. They do not generate any electrical signal by themselves. External source is required. It depends on change in electric parameter. Subdivided into resistive transducer, resistance thermometer, thermistor, LVDT. Electrical transducer. The main advantages of this electrical transducer characteristics are linearity, sensitivity, dynamic range, repeatability, and physical size. Advantages of electrical transducer. The electrical amplification and attenuation can be easily done. Mass inertia effect can be minimized. Effect of friction can be minimized. Output can be indicated and recorded at a distance from sensing medium. Output can be modified to meet the requirement of indicating or controlling unit. Signal can be conditioned. So these are the advantages. Now selecting a transducer. How to choose a transducer? So when we select a transducer, we have to keep all the things in the mind, like operating range, the sensitivity of the transducer, frequency response and resonant frequency, environmental compatibility, minimum sensitivity, accuracy, usage and ruggedness, electrical parameter. Electrical transducer. So in this transducer, output will be in the electrical form. Two parts will be there in this, that is sensing element and detecting element. Sensor, it produces measurable response to change in the physical condition. So sensor, it produces the measurable response to change in physical condition. Next is resistive transducer. The DC resistance R is given by rho L by A, where L is the length of the conductor in meter, A is the area of conductor in meter square, and rho is the resistivity of the conductor in ohm meter. Change in value of resistive element can be brought about by subjecting the element to the external stimulus, thus that either dimension of the element or its resistivity. Like if we apply some external stimulus to the resistive transducer, so what it happens, the variation in the resistance occurs either in the dimension or in the dimension of the element or in the resistivity. So by this way it changes, resistance changes. The dimensional changes can be brought about by subjecting the resistive elements to pressure, force or torque directly or by means of some primary transducer. The resistivity of medium constituting the path of the current in the resistor varies with temperature and composition of the medium. Resistance thermometers are also known to be exponentially good for the temperature measurement. Potentiometer. Potentiometric transducer. A potentiometric transducer is an electromechanical device. It is a passive transducer. It requires external power source for its functioning. It contains a resistance element that is provided with a slider or wiper. The motion of the wiper may be translatory or rotational. Combination of translator and rotational motion leads to a helical movement. Such potentiometers are called heliport. Here we can see that in the figure, that is rotational type and translatory type. This is rotational type and this is translatory type. Advantages of potentiometric transducer: they are economical, easy to operate, high efficiency, large output. The main disadvantages is sufficient force is required to slide the wiper. Noise will be produced due to wear out. Resistance type pressure transducer. The strain gauge is passive resistive transducer, which converts the mechanical elongation and compress into a resistive change. This change in resistance takes place due to the variation in the length and cross-section area of the gauge wire when an external force acts on it. So here we can see the foil strain gauge. It consists of a plastic backing, cut foil, soldering pads for the connecting wires, direction of strain. So how it works? The principle of the resistive position transducer is that the physical variable under the measurement causes a resistance change in the sensing element. Like physical variable under measurement. If we apply any force or pressure on on the resistive position transducer, then it causes the resistance change in the sensing element. One type of displacement transducer uses a resistive element with a sliding contact or wiper linked to the object being monitored or measured. Thus, the resistance between the slider and one end of the resistance element depends on the position of the object. So here we can see the figure, that is the construction of resistance position transducer. This figure is the construction figure and this is the typical method. The output voltage depends on the wiper position and is therefore a function of shaft position. This voltage may be applied to a voltmeter calibrated in centimeters second for visual display. If the circuit is unloaded, the output voltage VO is certain fraction of Vt depending on the position of the wiper. So therefore, we can write output voltage VO equal to VO by Vt equal to R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Resistance thermometer. In this, the temperature changes as the changes are measured in terms of resistance changes. The resistive element is usually made of solid material, a metal, metallic alloy, or a semiconductor compound. The resistivity of the metal increases with the temperature, but in semiconductor and insulator it generally decreases. The principle of operation of resistance thermometer is relationship between the resistance and the temperature. RT is given by R reference into 1 plus alpha delta T, where alpha is the temperature coefficient and delta T is the change in the temperature in degrees Celsius, and delta T R naught is the resistance at 0 degrees Celsius. It is given here, that is RT is the resistance of the conductor at temperature T degrees Celsius. R reference is the resistance of the conductor at reference temperature. Alpha is the temperature coefficient of the resistance. Delta T is the difference between temperature to be measured and reference temperature. Here we can see the RTD resistance measurement arrangement. Like, it consists of a bridge and the three arms of the bridge consists of a resistance and one arm is placed with the RTD and the one end of the bridge it is provided with the supply and the other end it is given to the amplifier, and finally output is obtained at the amplifier. Here we can see the advantages, that is AC and DC voltage and current are suitable for the measurement of resistance changes. Speed of the response is high, available in various size in wider range of resistance value, and it provides high resolution. These are the advantages. Thermistor. Thermistor is a non-metallic resistor. It consists of semiconducting material. Thermally sensitive resistor is a thermistor. The word thermistor is coined taking therm from thermally and ester from the resistor. Thermistor can be negative temperature coefficient type or the positive temperature coefficient type. In the negative temperature coefficient type, the resistance decreases with temperature. They are abbreviated as NTC, that is negative temperature coefficient type. And in positive temperature coefficient type, the resistance increases with temperature and abbreviated as PTC. So here it behaves as the NTC and the expression is given RT equal to R1 into e raised to beta into 1 plus T1 plus 1 by T1 plus 1 by T2, where RT is the resistance at T degree Kelvin, R1 is the resistance at T1 degree Kelvin, and beta is the temperature characteristic. The advantages of the thermistor: it is smaller in size, low cost, stable. Resistance is dependent on the absolute temperature, hence cold junction compensation is not required. Thermistor is a contraction of a term thermal resistor. Thermistors are temperature dependent resistors made up of semiconductor material with negative temperature coefficient of the resistivity, that is, their resistance decreases with increase in temperature. Thermistors are widely used in the application which involve measurement in the range of 0 to 60 degrees Celsius. Thermistors are composed of sintered mixture of metallic oxides such as manganese, nickel, cobalt, copper, iron and uranium. So here we can see a circuit, temperature measurement using thermistor. So here thermistor is placed, a supply is given and a micrometer is used to calibrate in terms of temperature. This is a heat source. The thermistor may be in the form of beads, rods, disc. Different type of thermistor it is shown here. This is a different types of thermistor. Thermistor provides a large change in resistance for a small change in temperature. In some cases, the resistance of the thermistor at room temperature may vary as much as 6% for each 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. So, for each 1 degree rise in temperature, the resistance can vary from 6% of resistance can vary in the room temperature. LVDT, that is linear variable differential transformer. A differential transformer is a electromechanical transducer which produces an electrical output which is proportional to the displacement. Here we can see in the figure it consists of a ferrite core, a secondary, a primary and B secondary. So two secondary coils and a primary coil and a core is present. So how it works is it depends upon the displacement of the core. They have an advantage, that is there is no need for brushes and slip rings. So the friction is reduced to minimum. LVDT means linear variable differential transformer. The primary is supplied from an AC source. The two identical secondary coils are connected in phase opposition. Here we can see that this is the primary and this two secondary, it is the identical. This is an identical secondary coil. So this comes here primary and this are the two identical secondary and this is the core. So displacement of this core, depending upon that this works. LVDT is a variable inductance displacement transducer in which the inductance is varied according to the displacement. And LVDT is a linear position sensor with a proportional analog output. And LVDT has two elements, that is a moving core and a stationary coil assembly. So we provide the supply to the primary core. The two identical secondary coils are connected in phase opposition. The voltage induced in the secondary coils are dependent upon their respective induction with the primary winding. So here we can see the circuit of the LVDT, where we can see the primary winding and the input AC source is given to the primary, and this is the core, which is a movable one, and these are the two secondary coils, and the output of the secondary is named as ES1, ES2, and finally the output E out. So this is the circuit. So in this is the primary and this is the output. So here shows the this figure shows the displacement of the core position. So what will be the output if the core position is changed? In the first figure, we can observe that core is into the left side. So we can say the output is ES1 is less than ES2. So ES2 will be the bigger value. And in the same way, if core is at the center, then ES1 will be equal to ES2. And the same, what is this ES1 and ES2? It is actually the output from the secondary coils. Then if the core is to the right leftmost side, then ES1 is greater than ES2. If the core is to the So in the first case, if the core is to the right side, then ES1 is less than ES2. And the last figure, if the core is to the leftmost side, then ES1 is greater than ES2. In the middle one, if both are equal, if the core is in the middle, the output voltage will be equal. And final, the output voltage equation is given as ES1 minus ES2. This is the plot, that is output voltage versus the core position. So an excitation is applied across the primary winding, and the movable core varies the coupling between it and the two secondary windings. As the core moves away from the center position, the coupling to the secondary becomes more, and hence its output voltage increases, while the coupling and the output voltage of the other secondary decreases. That is working is where it moves, where the core moves, depending upon that the corresponding coils coupling, it goes on increases, and the other coupling to the other, it decreases. The thermistor may be in the form of beads, rods, disc. Different type of thermistor it is shown here. This is a different types of thermistor. Thermistor provides a large change in resistance for a small change in temperature. In some cases, the resistance of the thermistor at room temperature may vary as much as 6% for each 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. So for Now, how it works? Let us see how it works. That is, when the core is in the neutral or zero position, voltage induced in the secondary winding are equal. Like when the core is in the middle portion, we have observed in the last figure. That is, then the output will be in the secondary, it will be zero. Voltage induced in the secondary winding are equal and opposite, and the net output is negligible. By comparing the magnitude and phase of the output with input source, the amount of direction of the movement of the core and hence displacement can be determined. Advantages of LVDT. The transducers possess a high sensitivity, have low hysteresis, and hence repeatability is excellent. They have infinite resolution, simple, light in weight, and easy to maintain. These are the advantages. Coming to the disadvantages, they are sensitive to stray magnetic fields, but shielding is possible. They are inherently low in power output. Temperature affects the performance of the transducer. Thermistor is a contraction of a term thermal resistor. Thermistor are temperature dependent resistor made up of semiconductor material with negative temperature coefficient of the resistivity, that is their resistance decreases with increase in temperature. Please do refer my blog Explore Electronics, and the path is given for the PPTs and notes. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for the updates. Keep watching. Thank you.